Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Eric Oldfield, the Chief Business Officer at Brainly.com. Thank you for joining us, Eric.
My pleasure.
Tell us what Brainly.com is all about.
Sure. So Brainly is the world's largest homework help platform. We operate in 35 countries and have over 150 million kids a month using Brainly when they get stuck with their homework. And I think, any parent out there understands this scenario. All kids have homework and they get stuck. When they get stuck, you hear them, "Mom, Dad, I need help." Brainly is actually there, and it's a community where kids can ask the question, and then other teachers and students help kids get through the tougher homework questions.
And I guess in this day and age with what's going on with the coronavirus, this is more needed than ever.
Yes. We're very happy to be there for kids. Homework is homework, but now it seems like all schoolwork is being done at home. And Brainly's there to support the kids of the world that are stuck at home getting schooled from home.
Step us through how it's used.
Sure. So, students generally, don't struggle with every homework question. If you watch your kids doing homework, usually it's only 1 or 2 out of 10 questions that they're working on that they'll get stuck with. And usually these are questions that teachers put in to sort of assess where the class is. Kids, when they get stuck, can go to Brainly, ask the question of the community, and then other students, teachers, and experts answer the questions. And then there's a feedback mechanism where kids can ask follow-on questions in the notes section. So if they don't understand a specific step in the process for solving a problem, that's a place for the answerer to actually have a dialogue with the student as they're working through.
And they can use Brainly from pretty much any platform?
That's right. So we have a website, a mobile web, and then we also have Android and iOS apps as well.
The basic version is free. Tell us how it works.
Sure. So Brainly's free for all students. We are a for-profit business, so we need to make money. The way we do that is through 2 things. One, there's advertising on the platform, and also we offer an ad-free and unlimited use subscription package in the United States and Poland, those 2 markets. So it's free for kids to use. They can get quite a few free answers every day. But if they want unlimited, uninterrupted, ad-free experience, they can have their parents buy a subscription.
So step us through once again how it works. Say I'm a student and I'm doing math and I hit a problem that I'm having trouble with. What do I do?
Yeah, so you basically can go to Brainly.com and you can see at the top of the page you ask your question. When you put that question, when you put the homework question in, it actually searches through our existing knowledge base of millions of questions that have already been solved. And more often than not, you will see that this question's been asked, and you'll be able to access the answer in the walkthrough for that problem. If it hasn't been asked before, it's posed to our community, and then what will happen is generally within 10 minutes, you'll get an answer either from one of our experts or from other students that are active on the platform. The way we control quality is really there are all kinds of mechanisms that we use where students can report questions or answers as wrong. We also have ratings, so kids give between 1 and 5 stars. They also thank people, and so we use machine learning to identify any questions that may have answers that aren't correct, and then we have thousands of experts on staff that will go in, a majority of them teachers, that will go in and check questions that we think may have questionable answers.
I see on the site you also have a point system of some sort. Tell us what that is.
Sure. So the point system is really primarily for a subset of users that really love giving help. And I think this is an important part of Brainly, and that's really relevant in these sort of troubling times. What we hear is kids get unstuck on Brainly, but where they really get a huge benefit is by helping other kids. So, if you can answer and explain to another student how to answer something, that just verifies that you have mastered the content. And so the point systems are basically kids get points. It's kind of a gamification of learning where kids get points for answering questions. And if you have points, then you can offer more points to get faster answers. And so it's sort of a gamification currency that we use on the platform to help prioritize questions that need answers.
So how did Brainly come about?
Sure. So Brainly was founded about 10 years ago in Poland, of all places. And the founders, three gentlemen, basically went to high school together, and they were currently enrolled in university in Poland. And they used to love doing their homework together. And the reason they did was because, one of them was really good at biology, but not great at history. Another one's really good at history, but needs help with physics, and they would help each other do their homework together. And one night they were doing their homework in university and got stuck on a really difficult problem. And they went online to try and figure it out. And they were just amazed that there was no place that they could go to get help with their homework. And one of them said to the other two, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there was a platform where we could just ask this question and there were other students like us that would be able to help us? And they said, let's build it. And so they did. In under 2 years, Brainly in Poland was reaching over half of all students in Poland every single month. And they were like, wow, we're really on to something. But being from Poland, they thought, the rest of the world is so big, let's see if this will work in another market. And so they raised a little bit of capital and then launched in Russia. Today in Russia, over 35 million kids a month use Brainly. And it grew the same way that Poland grew. And so at that point, we raised money and started to scale. And so today, as I mentioned, we operate in 35 countries on 11 domains. And more than 150 million kids a month use Brainly to get help with their homework, and that's growing pretty rapidly.
It looks like you've got a long list of subjects that kids can ask questions in. Are there subjects where you don't have help offered? No, there aren't. Our objective is, in any market that we operate in, we want to have a high quality answer to any question the student may ask. And so in markets where we're fairly mature and think about that as, where we see 70, 80% of all students every single month of the school year, in markets like that, and markets like that are, Poland, obviously, Russia, Indonesia, India, most Latin countries in South America, Brazil. So in those markets, there's probably a 95 to 98% chance that if you have a homework question, we've already got the answer. And so really, we don't limit. Obviously, Brainly's, safety is really critical to us. So we have, significant moderation, both with machine learning and with human beings, making sure that, kids aren't posting things that aren't appropriate with filters and things like that for that. Very interesting. Is there a grade range that this is available for?
So in the United States, we're basically middle school, high school, and university. In other markets, we do full K-12 and university. It really depends on sort of the privacy. Like in the U.S., it's the COPPA laws and the CIPPA laws. In Europe, it's GDPR. So really, we generally go from middle school through high school and university.
And the site once again is brainly.com, BRAINLY.com. And are you seeing increases in traffic already with the coronavirus having so many kids at home?
It's really early.
It's early to tell. We're obviously watching very carefully activity in all the markets that we're seeing. And being a global platform, obviously we're seeing different impacts in different markets as the virus rolls out. It's also sort of a difficult time because this is when spring break happens in a lot of countries, right? So my kids, for instance, are on spring break right now, but they've been told that they're going to be telecommuting, doing school from home online through April 20th. And so we do expect this to increase sort of our traffic, but how much we really don't know yet. It's too early.
Terrific. Again, it's Brainly.com. Eric Oldfield, thank you for taking the time with us.
It's my pleasure. Stay safe.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.